Hey there, Facebook friends. It's Anna. I am back for video 2 of this 5-day live video training series. Yesterday, I had an absolute blast sharing my passion for our beliefs. And I know that a lot of people had some amazing comments, and I got some private messages with some breakthroughs that some people had just watching that quick 20-minute video. So I'm really excited to be going through these trainings live because I want you to interact. I want you to be here with me. And it's exciting to discuss this topic of truly making progress in our fitness journey. Getting the results that we want. Isn't that why we are always joining the next fitness program, always getting into the next diet that we can try? But here's the thing. I created the Sexy Confident Woman formula because I believe we need to build a foundation of our lives before we keep going for those surface level solutions that really help us, but they don't help us with sustainability. So today we're talking about willpower versus clarity. And yesterday, briefly, I'll tell you quickly, in case you missed that video, what's up guys? It's good to see a couple of people on here. I wanted to briefly say, belief is so important, right? We all need to have those beliefs, and I talked about that yesterday. I was talking about how, we can totally know what to do, but it isn't until we believe why we're doing it that we really make the right choice. Seeing some amazing friends on here today. I love you guys. So in video 2, I'm going to go another step further, and I'm going to talk about the power that we have, our willpower, and why that doesn't always seem to work. Because you know how you go and you try a fitness program or you jump into a diet and you're just like, oh, this is so painful. But your willpower helps you get through it for the most part. So for the first couple weeks, you're just manning through it. You're just kind of digging it out and you're going for it. And today I just want to talk about that because it's gonna be eventually a losing battle if we're not clear on why we're in it in the first place. If we're not totally clear on who we are, who we want to be, how we want our life to grow, right? So in this live training, I've got my notes here because I wanted to make sure I asked you guys the right questions and have you write them down. Hopefully, maybe you've got a journal or something you can use because this is really important. When I talk about sustainable health and fitness, I'm talking about that lifestyle. I'm talking about not just the short term, I want to lose 5 pounds. I'm talking about your life for the long term. Every day for the next 5 to 10 years, you're showing your kids how to do it. You got to do it. This is your life, right? This is your time to lead that. And when we're just forgetting to go for what really matters, the belief and the clarity, all we're doing is trimming the weeds, right? The weeds. Weeds are like those bad habits, those bad behaviors. We know we shouldn't do it. We know it's not good for us, but we do it anyway because they'll grow into our life and then we'll chop them down with a fitness or diet program. And then they'll grow back up and then we'll chop them down. So it's like this roller coaster ride in our life where our bad habits just keep coming up. They just keep coming into our lives and we're like, what the hell? I was doing so good. But now it's like they're all back and I've eaten like crap for the last 2 weeks and, I haven't been able to sustain my workouts. I just don't have the motivation. I don't feel good. I know you feel me, right? You've all been there. You know what it's like. It's because you're not pulling the roots of those weeds. You got to get on your hands and knees, baby. You got a garden. How annoying is it when the weeds just keep coming back? Just keep growing. Because you're not trimming the weeds in your garden. You're pulling those damn weeds. You don't want them to come back. And so it starts with belief, but then it continues with clarity. Clarity. Have you thought about this? And not a lot of people do. And before I was a high performance coach, that's more of a life coach, I didn't think about clarity that much either, right? I wasn't really diving into, what is it that I value most in my life? Who do I want to be? Right? Where do I want to take myself? What's really important to me? Having clarity in those areas will dictate your success. So it no longer becomes your willpower that it's up to. You don't want to leave decision-making power up to willpower because you'll lose eventually. Right? If it's all up to willpower, eventually you'll crumble. So we don't want to rely on just willpower. We want to build the foundation, those values, and those, the clear vision of where we want to take our life. So today I have questions for you. And the first one is, what do you value most in your life? Right now. What do you value most? You want to look good, you want to feel good. Yes. What do you value most in your life? Like, if tomorrow was your last day on earth, what would you do? What would you spend time doing? I truly don't believe it would be eating a box of Oreos. I don't think that's the last thing that you would want to spend your time doing. I don't, right? What is it that you value most in your life right now? Is it your family, the time that you get to spend with them? Is it your work? Are you writing a book, or are you creating a program, or are you just so dialed into a project and you just love what you're doing in your life? Yes, family is going to be a huge one. Friends, yes, laughter, your kids, of course. Yes. So when you think about what you value most in your life, you have to ask yourself, is my health, my energy, my focus, is it limited by what I'm doing in my life? When it comes to health, we want to live a healthy lifestyle for more than just vanity reasons. Yeah. Health is a means for living your life. And everyone always says, I want to lose weight, Anna, because I just want to look better and feel better. I'm like, is that the real reason? Or maybe you want to have a more intimate, healthy relationship with your husband or boyfriend. Right? Maybe you want more energy and more strength to play with your children. It's not really all about the vanity when you think about what you really value in your life. Because if you really value time with your kids and with your family, you really want a strong and intimate relationship with your spouse or your boyfriend, it's really more, right? It's about more. Why do we make decisions to be healthy and exercise and eat well? We want more energy. We want to feel better so that we want to give more love because we love ourselves more. We can be more intimate, right? We can have the energy for that, right? It's not something that, you can do very easily if you're dragging ass every day. When you're struggling to get up because you binged on some chocolate the night before. Or that night you're bloated because you overate, overdrank. The next day you don't want to play with your kids. You don't have patience for that. Your work suffers. What do you value most in your life? And I want you to write that down because it doesn't matter how much will you have. It matters what you value. That clarity is huge for your decision making, right? You can make so much better choices when you decide, I really value these certain things in my life. I'm crystal clear on what I want my life to be like. Everybody wants to look sexy, but why? So you can make more out of your relationships, have more energy for the things that you love. Yes. So, another question I want you to ask yourself is, do you feel clear about who you are? Right? Do you feel clear about who you are as a person and what you want and what's important to you? I love that question. Are you clear on who you are? If you could describe yourself in 3 words, who are you? You know? I always love asking my high performance coaching students this question. It's like module 2 in my HPC course. And in the Sexy Confident Woman formula, we dive deep into this personal identity. Because it really matters how you identify yourself, who you really want to be. And right now, maybe you don't feel like your best. Maybe you're just like, God, I feel lazy and I feel unmotivated and I feel distracted and I feel like I'm struggling. But that's not the best of who you are. Think about who the best of who you are is. Who's the best of you? Who's that woman? Yeah, who's like really ready to be her best, reach her greatest potential. Are you clear about who that is? Because if you're looking at her, it's not just about the pounds, is it? No, it's not. You're so much more than just numbers on the scale, right? Hope you believe that, because I sure as hell believe that about you, and I don't even know most of you personally. I see a lot of people on here that I do know, and I know you're worth it. You got to ask yourself, if you know who you want to be, are you living in alignment with that person? You know, I always ask this because I look at my life sometimes, I look at myself, and if I'm dragging, I'm always like, I am not living in alignment with the best of Anna. The best of Anna is way better than this. So I got to change my decisions. I got to change some of my habits, or I need to add new ones into my life. I know that when I get really frustrated and impatient and a little bit overwhelmed, ever feel that way? So it's like not even about fitness. Well, it is, because there's a lot you're doing with your health. When you're overwhelmed, you're stressed, you're impatient. When that's happening, there's a lot going on that you're not living in alignment in some way. So maybe it's time to get back those habits that make you feel more at peace, more clear, more focused. Mine, it's meditation. It's journaling. It's doing those things that make me feel my most alive and focused and energized. Maybe I've been slacking. Maybe I've been drinking too much wine, people. You know it happens. So you have to think about, who's the best of me? Who do I want to be? Am I clear on who I am? And am I living in alignment with that woman? Clarity. What's most important to you? Who is the best of you? And are you living in alignment with that? So when it comes back to, I just don't feel like working out, right? And your willpower wants to kick in and says like, you can do it, dig it out, You're like, no, I need to work out because what's most important to me is my energy. So that I have more of it for my family, for my kids, for my job, for my career, for myself. Get after it. You're living in alignment with the best of who you are. I hope this is resonating with you guys. I hope you're feeling this. I hope it's kind of coming clear to you on some of the things you might not have thought about before this video started, before you started listening to this. And take note. Do some journaling, like write down right now, like take it down. What do I value most in my life? Who is the best? Am I clear of what's important to me and who the best of me is? What are those 3 words that describe the best of you? And are you living in alignment with it? And if not, what can you do? What can you change? Get clear. And no longer rely on your willpower to dig out the workouts, to eat the healthy meal. If you have belief in the things that you're doing and you have your clarity on what's important to you in your life, your success is going to skyrocket, right? So, all right, I'm going to move on because I want to keep these trainings really short so that you guys have time to listen and kind of absorb and take this quick little, bite-sized nugget of this training series. There's 3 more videos coming your way. The next video is about perfectionism over progress. Perfectionism versus progress. Whoa, you know it, right? It's very important. And, in my live webinar next week, which I hope you'll sign up for, it's a 1-hour webinar. It's live with me. I want you guys to come to that because I'm going to be walking you through a step-by-step process of more than just 5 tips of things that can help you get to the next level and reach your optimal health and your most vibrant lifestyle in the Sexy Confident Woman formula. I'm going to show you those steps, right, in my live webinar. So I want you to attend it because it's going to freaking be a huge grand finale to all these little mini bite-sized training videos. But next video, and that webinar is Tuesday, and the link to sign up will be above this video. Thanks for asking, Steph. So next week, or tomorrow, perfectionism versus progress. The importance of this mindset technique. Because remember, this whole training series is about pulling the weeds and not cutting the grass. We want real progress in our lives. We want real results, sustainable results, long-term lifestyle results. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about teaching that process with my high-performance coaching background and my fitness background and my knowledge and experience as a fitness expert and a coach and a mentor. And I want to take you through this process. I want you to establish these little bite-sized tips throughout these next 5 days. Show up tomorrow. I'm doing different times of the day throughout the week because I know that not everybody can get on at the same time. So tomorrow I'll post when I'm going live. Pretty sure it's going to be later in the afternoon because it's a Saturday and I've got some things in the morning. But I want you to show up for this perfectionism versus progress and the beauty of it and pulling the roots of those bad habits and those bad behaviors and eliminating them from your life, okay? I love you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Happy Friday.